Start with a score of 0 and add up your points as we go along. Have fun! If you recognise this, add 1. If you recognise this, add another 1. If you use either of these or another social web browser, give yourself a bonus point. If you have this installed on your computer, add 1. If you use it to synchronize an iPod or another type of MP3 player, add another 1. If you recognize any of these, add 1. If you use one of these or a similar service to blog, add a bonus of 3 points. If you have commented on someone else's blog, give yourself another 3. If you recognize either of these and what they represent, add 1. If you have an account with either Bebo or MySpace that is active, unlike mine, you deserve a bonus of 3. If you have used either service to communicate with anyone, then congratulations, and you can add a further 5 points. If you've visited Wikipedia in the last month, add 1. If you've accessed it more than once in the last week, add another 1. Add a further 2 points if you have actually contributed information or an article to Wikipedia. If you have created a wiki for your own use or used it with others to collaborate on something, you can add another 5 points. If you know what this is for, add 1. Add another 1 if you know how to use it. Add a further 4 points if you do actually use it. For those of you getting discouraged, if you've ever searched Amazon or any other online bookstore, add 1. Add another 1 if you've ever actually made an online purchase at one of these online stores. If you have written a review at Amazon, add 2. If you have ever rated someone else's review, add another 2. If you have an MSN account, which opens automatically when you start up your computer, then add 1. If you have used MSN Messenger in the last week to chat, add a further 3. If you've searched Google more than 3 times today, give yourself 1. If you are a member of a Google group or another group such as this, give yourself 2 more. If you have set up a Google group, add another 1. Do you know what this is? Give yourself 1 if you do. If you have Skype open automatically when you start your computer, add 3. If you've ever used Skype for a conference call which involves more than 2 people on the call at the same time, give yourself an extra 2 points. And if you've ever used the video feature in Skype to call someone else, add another 2. Give yourself an additional point for each active email address you regularly maintain. If you've ever given a false name or a pseudonym on the internet, add 5. If you have created an avatar in Second Life, give yourself another 5. Have you ever downloaded any software such as Audacity and installed it onto your computer? If you have, give yourself 3. Have you ever created something like an audio file? If you have, give yourself 2. If you have shared with others online what you have created, add another 2. If you recognize either of these logos, give yourself 1 point for each one you recognize. If you have ever embedded a video into your own web space, add another 3. And if you have ever uploaded a photo to your web space, add another 2. If you have used a mobile phone to connect to the internet, to check emails or to do anything else online like post to a blog, or if you've taken a picture, recorded an audio file, or taken a video, add another 5 points to your score. Finally, if you've ever met someone online and had a romantic relationship with them, add 2. And to console those of you that may have broken up online, if you've done this, we'll give you another 3 points. Now we're going to get to the multiplication side of things. If you don't own your own digital camera or you don't have access to a digital camera, halve your score. If you have never heard of Creative Commons license and don't know what it stands for, multiply your score by 0. Your score should be somewhere between 0 and possibly as high as 100. You don't need to tell anyone your score. That's for you to know. Are you surprised by your score? This gives you a brief and rather crude, unscientific snapshot of your online social presence. Now it's up to you to decide what you're going to do with this new information.